Morning, folks. Welcome to another daily devotional. This morning, we're thinking of another characteristic of love as we find that explained to us in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Paul says, "Love is not rude." Other translations are, "Love does not behave in an inappropriate way." Love does not behave in a way that is disgraceful. Arrogance, which is what we were thinking about yesterday, often leads to rude, inappropriate, and even at times disgraceful behaviour, and usually disgraceful and rude words. Probably, like me, many of you have seen the short video clip that has been posted on social media of Donald Trump pushing through other heads of countries at some convention in order that he might get to the front to be seen by the cameras. He didn't want to stand in the background, so he actually pushes heads of state out of the way in order to get to the front. He was extremely rude. And of course, that rudeness was rooted and grounded in his arrogance. Arrogance gives way to rude behaviour. This passage on love, as you know, is often read at weddings. Love is, and so we go through the list. And that made me think, men, and I speak specifically to men this morning in this matter, are you rude towards your wife? Do you say things in public that belittle your wife? Do you ignore her when she's speaking to you? Do you mutter under your breath when she asks you to do something for her? This man is rude, and rude is incompatible with true Christian love. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that wives can be rude to their husbands as well, but to be honest, I think, generally speaking, it is us men who are more rude to our wives than they are to us. And what is true of that relationship is true of other relationships in our home towards our children, or children towards their parents. Children can often be very rude towards their parents, and also in our congregations. How terrible it is that there are many occasions when a minister has to deal with problems that have arisen between two people or two families because one particular family or one particular person was rude to someone else. I read of a man who was generally lacking in manners. He never opened the car door for his wife, and when somebody suggested that he should do it, he said she doesn't have two broken arms, she can do it herself. After many years of marriage, his wife died, and at the funeral, as the pallbearers brought her casket to the hearse, the husband was standing by the car door. The funeral director, who knew the husband, called him by name and said, "Open the door for her, will you?" He reached for the car door, and then for 1 second he froze, and he realised that he had never opened the car door for her in his life. Now in her death, it would be the first and the last and the only time that he did that. And a lifetime of regret came crashing down around him, and he broke into tears. Love is not rude. Brethren, be careful in how you behave towards others, and in how you speak towards others, and how you speak of others, that you're not guilty of being rude, because rude is one of the antitheses of love, one of the things that can't be consistent with true love one for another. Love is not rude. May God help us in this as in all of these matters. Have a good day, folks.